It's no secret that Garry's mod has a lot of community-made content. I mean, mod is literally in the name. From weapons, to player models, to even the focus of this video, maps. They would actually make the game playable. And while some of them are pretty good, the others are... Well, you read the title of this video. Today I want to explore some of the weirder maps of this game. So let's stop wasting time and get straight into... The first map we're gonna check out is GM Construct Kinda Cursed, A1. And at first glance, it might just look like GM Construct, but once you leave the spawn room... The map actually does something really clever and lures you in with its familiar appearance, only to reveal that it's actually just a backrooms map. But instead of being just another big empty maze like most maps of this kind, there are a few things that make this interpretation stand out. Sometimes you'll find doors that look normal enough, but some of them are weirdly placed around the map. The walls and floor can have these strange bulges on them, and to make things more unnerving, you can even find stuff like chairs and blood-smeared messages on the walls. Yikes! But what's up with this place anyway? Is there even something to find? Well, if you manage to get into this room with a giant bump in the middle for some reason, it will actually lead into... This is the second level of the backrooms, or the third. I don't even know at this point, man. This place is more claustrophobic and industrial than the previous level, and it houses some strange things. You can find this room with a giant smiling face on top, and once you enter, you'll start taking burning damage. But in the middle are actually two toilets sitting next to each other. The map also has two notable secrets. In one room, you can find a vent entrance leading to an epic gamer hole that just kills you when you fall in. Not very epic. The other is an empty room with a single chair illuminated by a red light. Approaching it causes the entire place to flip upside down, dropping you into a strange place surrounded by doors. Some of them just lead you back to the back rooms. Get it? Back rooms? No? Okay. But one houses this strange pool room with a tunnel leading to the second level. If you decide to go in, you'll find yourself in a giant chamber with a single button that spawns 9 fast zombies that you'll have to defeat. And that's it, the map just ends there. Overall, I really like this map. Apparently you're meant to play this with 2 to 6 friends, but I don't really have those.
Bro is such a digger, bro. This is the biggest digger I've ever seen.
The next map we're gonna look at is Start Digging.
Start digging in your butt, twin.
We spawn in this big flat land and our only goal is to, well, start digging. The entire ground is made up of cubes you can destroy. And before someone says it in the comments, oh my god dude, it's like Minecraft, And below you can find a ton of interesting things. Aside from a lot of stone and gravel that can fall on stuff,
Slapstick is a cunt.
there's this strange yellow box that can either spawn enemies or explosive barrels. There's even some iron ore, which gives you a soot battery when you break it. This map also includes a few unique structures, like this broken down pipe system, a small mine shaft with wooden supports, and an entire ancient dungeon with a shiny skeleton just chilling in it. There's also a secret room inside the map's walls, which I'm not really sure what it's for, but it's cool nonetheless. That's pretty much it for this map. It's not really as weird as you might expect, but the concept itself is something I've never really seen done before. But speaking of weird, we step into the proud nation of England and journey into the wonderful city of Birmingham. It's a city made out of trash. The place is pretty barren. There's just a small store, a pond, and 3 residential buildings with people living inside them. And besides having this secret area that you can discover, there's not a whole lot to do here. But the description calls it an accurate depiction of the United Kingdom city known as Birmingham. And I want to ask all of my 1000 British viewers, is this true? The next map on our list is GM Kel, and once you download it from the workshop, it comes with 2 maps, GM Kel and GM Omori. I've never played Omori and I've only heard from it through these annoying gifs on Discord, but I can't say I'm not excited to check this out. GM Kel is a small map with the face of Kel from Omori plastered all over the place. There's a small house with a very broken door, tons of rotating shapes, a small store, and this soothing music that will always play in the background. And that's it, there's literally nothing else to do here. Like I said, it's a small map. I tried moving on to GM Omori after this, but when I did... 9 to 5 Horror is a horror map. The story is that you and your roommate live in this shipping container yard, and after a quick chat with him, you finally decide that it's time to move out. The problem is you're broke as shit, and in order to solve that,
you need to get a job.
we have to talk to an employer to get hired by, but we first have to find him in one of these dozen containers. There are 45 in total, and the task itself is not that hard. Just go up to the doors that have an exclamation mark on top of them and see if he's inside. The problem is, they are full of outdated and unfunny memes. Like, every one of them. And after opening each one and not finding him, we return to our roommate, only to find that the employer doesn't even live here.
What? You didn't find him? Oh right, I forgot, he lives just outside of the neighborhood. Here's the key to the gate.
We get a key to open this gate, and outside, there he is, Mr. Krabs, ready to offer us a job.
So you want a job, me boy? I could always use more fry cooks. Meet me at the Krusty Krab.
Hey, I overheard you got the job, I'll drive you there. Wait, isn't this supposed to be a horror map?
And that's where the map ends. It's just a demo, so it's pretty short. But honestly, for the creator's first map ever, it's surprisingly high quality. And I hope he gets around to finishing it one day. The next map we'll be looking at is GM Jesse, and it's literally just an orange cube with images of Jesse from Minecraft Story Mode plastered all over it. Man, that's a mouthful. The concept of the map actually originates from Reddit of all places, where a user posted a thread describing a dream about a map where all the walls were Jesse, and they kept shrinking until he died. And in the actual map, there's a button in the middle that, once you press it, the entire room will begin shrinking, very slowly, until it just crushes you and you die. 10 out of 10. We spawn in this strange room, and once we step into this hallway, very scary. At the end, there's this vent over here that if we try to break,
Bazinga!
crawling inside, there's a zombie that we have to defeat, and the very scary image starts approaching us, that we just avoid. After we get out, we step into this strange dimly lit room. A wall opens up, and once we fall in, that's where the map ends. Originally, I wanted to look at a lot more maps than what ended up, but I didn't really have enough time because of school reasons, so yeah, I had to leave them out. I'm thinking about making this into a series, so if you want me to check out a map in particular, make sure to leave it in the comments. Anyways, I don't really have anything else to say other than sorry this video took so long, but I'll try to make it up to you guys. That's it, bye.